Hi there, I'm Joey.
I'm Jacob.
And we are watching Star Trek for the first time. Last time on Star Trek, we had the best thing since sliced bread. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, just watch the last one.
Yeah, just watch the last one.
Even if you've seen it already, watch it again.
Watch it again, because...
Or better yet, watch the episode.
Yeah, I want to do a second video on it, just because I want to talk about it more.
Right? Like a more in-depth video.
Right, yeah. But today we're finishing Star Trek, the original series, Season 1, with Operation Annihilate. Which is a wonderfully grandiose title. And I want to see what it's about. So.
I'm very curious.
Yeah.
It's very here's the finale feeling.
Yeah, if nothing else, just, the title should be like, oh, watch this episode of Star Trek. It's called Operation Annihilate.
Right.
It's even Operation Annihilate !
Ooh.
Yeah, it's got everything going for it.
And it's the kind of title you read and you tell your friends to watch Star Trek next week. It sounds exciting.
It sounds exciting. There's an exclamation point in the title. They didn't have that before.
They beat Doctor Who to the exclamation point.
They did. Alright. Well, we're about to get into post-episode thoughts in a second. Be sure to join us then. We're about to watch Operation Annihilate. And with that, Season 1 is complete. Operation Annihilate was fine.
Yeah.
I didn't love it, but it was still pretty good.
No, like I predicted, I don't know if I said it. I can't quite remember how I said it, what I said exactly at the opening. There was no returning characters.
Although there was I guess a hook of being like, hey, watch the finale because we're doing Kirk's family.
Yeah.
But then Kirk's family disappears from the plot halfway through.
Right, it's an interesting personal...
And most of them are dead right out the gate.
Yeah.
So.
It's an interesting personal hook, but that's not what the meat of the episode is about.
That's not the actual focus here. So, because I really like the hook. It's about these this string of planets that are slowly going insane.
Yeah, and then they destroy themselves or something.
Yeah. So next up on the line is this planet called Deneva. And this is apparently where Kirk's brother is stationed, Sam Kirk, with his wife and his son. Which I didn't know that. I guess when you're out on these voyages, you could take your family with you.
Right.
So,
I guess if you're gonna stay there long enough, honestly not.
So I wonder how true all that shit is that Kirk says about being emotionally distant from everyone and having to devote himself totally to the ship. I don't know.
I can't see why Kirk I can kind of see if Kirk wasn't in a relationship before.
Yeah. I mean, Kirk still falls in love all the time.
Oh,
so
totally.
That. But yeah, they go down to investigate this planet. These guys attack them to stop them from going any further. Did they kill them?
No, they just stunned the first
group.
Yeah.
And they go to see his brother and his family. His brother's dead. His Sam's wife is freaking out because something has attacked them, and their son is passed out on the floor. And so they take Arellen up to the ship, as well as Peter. And I guess they leave Sam down there. I don't know.
Right? They just leave his body where it was.
There's a small emotional reaction from Kirk at the death of his brother.
He has a pretty standard, I need to move on kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Like this sucks. I'm clearly emotionally distraught, but I have a job to do.
Yeah. Then we do actually get a pretty good scene where Sam's wife freaks out and she's trying to push back this thing that has affected her, and so she's pushing through it, and as she does it, she's trying to give them information about it. It slowly kills her, and she dies in the end of that scene.
My money, before we actually saw what was attacking them, was brain worms.
Which
it kind of was, right? But I was more thinking, a literal worm. Kind of more about as literally as Star Trek would take that idea.
Yeah. But yeah, so she dies, and then Peter's just kind of left there.
Yeah, they keep mentioning him,
they mention him a few times.
Right, they mentioned that he's unconscious maybe 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
Just to keep reminding the audience he hasn't died, probably.
Yeah, but then it's weird because I don't know. I just wish that Kirk's family just was more significant to the story, because it becomes a Spock episode, really.
Yeah.
Um,
Which is a weird turnaround.
Because they go down to check out these little like specimens, these life forms that have like infected his family in this planet.
Right. Like they find what's attacked them
and
or something.
they're these like little like disc jelly things.
Yeah. They were kind of like starfish if they were circles.
That Spock calls a single-celled organism.
Yeah.
It is just not.
Yeah. There is no way
you
that
can
is
see
one.
it right there. They have a prop for it and everything.
Okay.
It's not a
okay.
single-celled organism.
Actually, just occurred to me. It can't be single-celled because when it attacks, it leaves a piece of it behind.
Yeah.
So it's got to be at least two-celled.
Yeah, like it needs to be able to distribute those cells, but whatever. Anyway, so Spock is affected by these organisms, and but Spock who's able to like fight through it. There's this whole sequence where he's in like the same bed that I guess Sam's wife died in. Jesus. Anyway,
the sick bay only seems to have two beds.
Right? Where he like pushes through and he says like I can handle it. You know, I can handle the pain. And Kirk is like you can handle the pain, but what if you're not? And Spock is like I will fucking do it.
Watch me.
I don't think I ever forget how metal Spock is, but like when it shows up, I'm still shocked by it.
Right.
Dude just rips through these restraints that he's attached to the bed through, and he like gets up and he like takes on these other guards that like try to stop him from beaming down to the planet again.
Only for Scotty to point his phaser at him and go, "I will put you down."
Yeah. And we get this great scene where he explains to Kirk why he's the only one that can do this. He has to go down to investigate these creatures. To which Kirk says, and I quoted the line here, your logic, as always, Mr. Spock, is inescapable. And I love that. It's not a compliment. Like he's just like, your logic is inescapable. I love that. And we've done sort of like, not evil Spock, but like, you know, affected somehow Spock,
right?
In a couple episodes,
where his logic is still always top game.
Yeah, and it's always interesting. Yeah, like his brain is still like not affected so much that he can't still like think his way out of these problems. So he's able to outsmart Kirk, and he's like, I will go down. He goes down to investigate the creatures. He takes one, he brings it back to the lab. And they try to find a way to take it out, which in this case turned out to be a blinding light of the sun. Although there is this pretty cool scene just before they come up with this like alternative to like try to like kill it, which Spock pretty much says like what you have to do is let it kill millions on this planet and kill us.
Yeah.
So that it won't spread any further. And McCoy's just like, well, people are still going to die. We have to like let it keep going. We have to let it spread. And Kirk is like, I'm not going to let that happen. You know, we have to come up with an alternative. And so I quoted this too. Kirk says when they're brainstorming how to like kill the creature, and like we have to find something like equivalent of the sun. I'm like, I don't know how you're gonna do that, but cool. But they do it.
They figure it out.
Yeah, they trap like the light of the sun basically in a room.
Right. They basically measured the intensity of the sun, at which point you would kill the alien.
Yeah, and it does successfully kill the creature. But the problem then, of course, is it can kill the creature straight, but you can't just stick a regular life form in there.
To which Spock promptly goes, "Let's just stick me in there."
Yeah. And the test is a success. But Spock comes out blind, which is an interesting set of stakes to throw in like the last like 15 minutes of the episode.
It is, well, because there are genuine stakes involved.
Yeah, like what if that happens to everyone that you do use it on? Because they're like, well, they have these goggles, and it's like, oh, well, send Spock with goggles, but we have to do this experiment on the entire planet, and we can't give everyone goggles.
Right, and there's like there's at least a million people.
Yeah.
And at which point is it Nurse Chapel?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. By the way, I forgot to mention we see Nurse Chapel again here, and that's nice. We haven't seen her in a while.
And Nurse Chapel comes in, gives McCoy the data pad, and he goes, "Ah, crap! We only had to use ultraviolet light."
Yeah, so they didn't need to blind Spock at all. And so Kirk is pissed about that.
But he's also constantly reassuring his friend that he didn't blind his friend on without a reason.
Yeah. Spock is like, I know why you did it. Don't worry, you're fine. It was logical. And McCoy is like really shaken by this. And I commented on it a couple times throughout these videos through the season. But now that we're at the end of the season, it's cool to see just how much the Spock-McCoy relationship has developed. Mm-hmm. I just really like seeing that. Like that McCoy's actually troubled that he hurt his friend. You know?
Yeah. Like these are episodic episodes. There has not been any one episode that's immediately followed the next if you don't count the menagerie.
Yeah.
But like there is still character development.
Yeah, and you could see that still like through all this. So yeah, so they take out the ultraviolet light, they use the ultraviolet light to do this thing to the whole planet. They send out these like probes that
become satellites in a cool effect, which I'm pretty sure is an updated one. That's
a remastered effect, definitely. But yeah, so they kill all the organisms on the planet, and they're able to cure everybody. And that's the end of that, except for the last scene. First off, this is the scene where I got pissed off that we never brought up the Kirk family again. I just really annoyed by that.
Yeah, he's not even mentioned.
Yeah. But anyway, so Spock comes in at the end, and he can see again. And it's a really great scene. Apparently, the Vulcans have like such a bright sun that they've developed an inner eyelid,
which I don't even follow how that would work.
That they've just grown to ignore, like humans ignore their appendix, and it's just like it's such a funny scene. I love it. Yeah, just really funny. I like it.
Because I was saying to you, I was like, man, there's no way, like, actually no way Spock is blind the rest of this show.
Oh yeah, no way. But they do that. Kirk like once again tries to get his digs in at Spock being a Vulcan, and he's like, well, getting back your sight would be an emotional experience. And Spock is
Did you not feel anything?
Yeah, and Spock is like, well, the first thing I saw was Dr. McCoy's face. and
McCoy had a great comeback. What was it? It was I thought your time as being blind would let you appreciate beauty.
Yeah. It's just really funny. And then you have the bit where McCoy like whispers to Kirk, he's like, don't tell him. Good thing you didn't hear about me calling him the best first officer of the entire fleet. And Spock hears that, and Kirk's like, you didn't account for his Vulcan ears. And it's just a fun little ending. I like seeing these characters interact together. They're really, really fun off each other, and it shows why we've stuck around with the show for so long. We've been doing it for not super long for us recording, but like as far as the videos coming out, it's been over half a year.
Yeah. So by the time this episode actually comes out, it's going to be a while.
Yeah. And just what a great show. We're done with season 1 now, and you can see immediately why this caught on so much. You know?
From the first few episodes, I think I've been saying it. I understand.
Yeah, you understand. Like these characters are so lovable. Like just even the ones that aren't there all the time, like Kirk, Spock, and McCoy. Like I love Uhura. I love seeing her there constantly. Sulu's always fun when he's on screen.
Yeah.
Scotty I've grown to like quite a lot because he's been in a lot of the back half of the season. Just really great characters here.
I just want to say, I didn't know much about Star Trek going in.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot more now, but I clearly have a lot to watch and a lot to learn, which I'm excited for. Normally, with the franchises I consume, like a lot of us, like it's stuff we've known since childhood.
Yeah, but this, we're both in our early 20s.
Yeah. We're in our early 20s. This is something totally new, and I'm really excited to see where this has to go yet.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's been a great experience. I'm really excited to see where season 2 goes. I'm excited that it's not going to take us quite as long.
Yeah.
It's only three weeks left, but still, like it's just nice to have. And season 3 is even shorter. So yeah. All right. Wow, that's season 1 down. I'm so happy about it. I'm really excited to get into season 2. We're going right into it next week, so I'm very excited for that. Be sure to join us next week when we continue Star Trek: The Original Series. We're starting season 2. Until then, this has been Joey Morgan.
I'm Jacob.
Goodbye.